What's going on, everyone? My name is Size and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys my top 5 bases that I use to generate an infinite amount of resources, whether that be iron or metal, whatever you want to call it, coal, sulfur, quartz. It is so good to use these base locations I'm about to show you. You're going to be generating an infinite amount of resources, and it's going to be able to get you very OP and basically allow you to craft anything you want. Also, quick note, if you guys are interested in joining the Discord, the link for that will be in the description and comment section of this video. We talk about everything Palworld, help each other out, just chill out with the community. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the guide. Now the first base location we're taking a look is actually my base that I just started here. It is +9 and -526 is the quartz. It is really close to start. This is where you basically start the game off, so you can get here pretty quickly, and it has a really good amount of metal nodes. Now there are about 8 metal nodes here that we can go ahead and farm up on. As long as you don't block these spawns of them, they will infinitely spawn, allowing you to infinitely farm these iron nodes. Now, basically, what I do here to set it up is you just want to go ahead and put down some plantations. I go ahead and put down a feed, so this way your pals will go ahead and eat whenever they are hungry, and basically the berry plantations will allow you to generate the food. Now make sure you have some water pals to go ahead and water it, some harvesting pals to harvest it, and some planting pals to go ahead and plant it. Now the best pals you can get to mine are the dignitoises. Now they are insanely good at mining. They will absolutely shred through these. You can basically throw them on and make sure you have food, and they will passively mine over time. Now they do eat a lot, so make sure whenever you're building your bases you keep that in mind. You want to have a nice generation of food, so this way you can go ahead and keep supply what their hunger needs. Another thing I highly recommend is making their drill crusher partner skill, which basically allows them to follow the player while spinning, mining more ores more efficiently. So for example, if I take one out here, go ahead and throw him in over my party, and actually throw him out and use his partner skill, you can see that he absolutely shreds through it. So instead of doing about 1 damage a tick when they're just inside your pal deck, they will do upwards of 30. Now this absolutely allows them to shred through the metal, iron nodes, whatever you want to call them, sulfur, quartz, doesn't really matter, anything mineable they will be able to do this to. Now the next base we have here is going to be at +272 and -230. Now this base is actually really good. It is very high up on top of a hill. It's going to be very hard for raids to get you, and it actually is a very nice scenery to the base as well. Now I could easily see you building here, right? Kind of like flattening out over here just so you have enough plantations and stuff going on, and then go ahead and mining all this up, and then easily maybe even putting a second base over here and kind of connecting the two, and making something really cool. I could easily see people doing that. Also, what makes this base really cool is right below it on this little ledge down here, there is a bunch of coal rocks that you can go ahead and mine up, making this base really efficient and actually being able to mine 2 different resources in one stop. Now obviously your base is not going to reach down here, but it might if you have overlap, since the overlap of the zone of the base goes infinitely vertical up and down, so it is actually going to be really easy if you can get the width of it to cover this. Just go down here and make a little mini thing, I think, to flatten it out, and put another automation system down here. The next base location is going to be a little bit out there. It is -747 and -444. Basically, it is at the volcano. Now, what makes this area so good is it is a mass amount of sulfur here, leading you to be basically able to generate an infinite amount of sulfur by putting a base down. Now, the area isn't really too big, but you can get away by putting your base down over here, you know, building up a little bit, making it flat, putting your base down, and then basically just having your base cover this back area to where you can go mine all your sulfur, and then just using the same setup as I showed in the beginning for all these bases, just to be able to produce food and some transport and stuff like that, and then using the dignitoises to go ahead and mine. You're going to be able to come back within an hour or two and have a crap ton of sulfur. Sulfur is used for a lot of important things at the later game area, and by the time that you guys are actually able to come to this area, you guys should be able to have the heat resistant armor, which you are going to need to be actually able to get the heat resistant needed to withstand this place. Without it, you'll be taking a massive amount of damage. You won't be able to come here, but by the time that you actually acquire this, you'll be able to come over here. Now there's high level pals here, but as long as you have a flying mount and you're able to traverse the volcano and get over here and put your base down, you should be 100% safe to go ahead and set up your mine, and just be fine to leave it to be AFK'd, or you can go ahead and do the active mine like I showed in the beginning to increase it. But this is one of the best spots I've found for sulfur by far. Plus, I mean, it is fire themed, so I mean, come on, you have volcanoes right next to you. Who doesn't want to live near something like this? Like, let's be honest, this looks absolutely dope. While I'm riding to the next thing here, if you guys are liking this video and you found the guide helpful at all or entertaining, if you guys could consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It really lets me know you guys are enjoying content on Palworld to keep making more video and guides like these, and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm to push the video out to as most people as possible. Now the next base location I have is at -205 and +247. Now this is in the Astral Mountains. Now this is going to be a really good quartz base. Now, this has a ton of quartz for everything that you guys are going to need. It has a little bit of iron or metal, whatever you want to call it. Some trees. It is on a nice hill, so it's very fortified, and it's going to be very nice to defend off those raids. Going to make it very hard for raids to actually reach you, and it has such nice scenery to build off of. It is absolutely one of my favorite bases actually in the game. Now you are going to have some type of cold resistance, like the cold resistant pelt armor will work just fine to get here. There's pretty much nothing that spawns up here, maybe one POW every now and then. Once you build, the spawns will be blocked off, so pretty much nothing will spawn up here to be aggroed on you. And like I said, absolutely one of my favorite spots just by the absolute amazing scenery that you're going to have here, and it is going to really help when you guys need that quartz to go ahead and build a base up here to grind out those quartz using the same method I showed in the beginning at the first base. Now the next base location we have here is going to be at +189 and -37. Now this base location is going to be amazing for getting coal and for getting metal. There's going to be about 8 metal nodes here as well as coal nodes, so it's very efficient at getting both. Now the only issue with doing this is that it has a very small build area, as you can see here, not that big, and it's kind of uneven on the terrain. So what I would advise doing is basically just go ahead and building up a little bit on some foundations. I don't even have wood, but go ahead, build up a little bit on some foundations to level it out, and then go ahead and put down your POW box on top of that, and then go ahead and start, making a mini base. But I think it's good enough to generate some farms, just enough berries and stuff, and it'll be a really efficient mining base as well to get all of that juicy metal and coal that you're going to need to be further building and upgrading your POWs, your gear, and to go ahead and start doing some of the later game stuff. This area also is really fortified. As you can see, it's on top of a mountain, so basically raiding is going to be almost impossible for people to get up here to you. I don't know if they can just teleport up, but I know they spawn and they run to you, so if they spawn somewhere and they try to run to you, it's basically going to be nearly impossible for them to get to you, making this base a really nice defensive base as well to be defensive against those raids. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys found the video entertaining and helpful, and I hope to see you guys in the next video as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, depending on when you're watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.